we often say completes projects before that school dude can even be put in. But most importantly, Chad is about relationships. Chad always has a smile on his face. He greets children, he's high-fiving them in the hallway. Everybody knows Mr. Chad.
Good job, ladies. I was asked to play an acoustic guitar down the hallways, and we sang Christmas jingles during Christmas last year. You don't realize what little bit of you saying hey or good morning or kicking a kickball out in the backyard and take the garbage out or whatever it may be, how much it means to them.
Chad is so great about recognizing needs with our students as well. He is quick to recognize students that just need a little extra encouragement and often identifies children that need that extra attention to say, hey, how was your football game? How did that go? What are you doing in school? Tell me about your science project. He knows how to build those relationships with those students.
The thing that makes Luvernia so special and so important to Shelby County Schools is not only all the things she does in taking care of employees all over our system and certainly within our department, but even more, it's the spirit that she does it with.
My main thing is I do badges and I do supplemental EXPs. My main job is to be customer service and to be the first person they see when they come into human resources, and I be that friendly face for them, you know, to talk to them and see what they need, and then I redirect them accordingly to whichever person they may need to talk to. I love meeting people and talking to people, so I love that.
You know, we joke about her and call her the plant lady, but in a lot of ways that's who she is. She is a cultivator. She is somebody that will give time and energy in a really patient, steady way that just shows care for people, all people, again, while making fun of you at every chance she gets.
Nurse Cobb is one of the most passionate people that we have. She's done a tremendous job leading our school through a pandemic in the last 2 years. She is kind, she is patient, she's amazing with kids.
I have gotten many shoes untied that were tied together. I fixed a lot of backpacks. Just things you didn't think you were going to be doing, but that's okay, because they're fun. I've got my daily med kids, I've got, you know, diabetic, I've got all these kids, and you've got to try to work them in between the ones that are just down here saying my stomach hurts because I'm going to take the ACAP test. I think parents feel like their children are being taken care of when they can call up there and talk to me. You know, let's say their child was newly diagnosed with epilepsy. So they know that there's somebody there that kind of knows what to do if there is a problem. And there's a person there that knows how to give them medicine if they need it. So I think it is very reassuring to the parents that there's a nurse at the school.
She does not let anything rock her. I have seen her with kids sick, kids coming in with injuries, kids that just need to come down and get a bag of ice, and she handles every bit of it with grace. And she just really does her best to take care of each kid individually like they were her own.
Our support person of the year is Kim Clowdus. She is our bookkeeper here at the CTEC, Success, and New Direction campus.
Yes, she's our bookkeeper, but she is someone that does get excited when we have kids here that are finishing, especially with the Success program. We do graduation walks as a student finishes, and she does come and participate in those things and watches those and cheers our kids on. So she does more than just a bookkeeper role on our campus.
We get to being a bookkeeper, we get to work with like chefs and welders and cosmetology people and robotics people, and that's why I love coming here. I think we have some of the best teachers. I've seen our teachers get jobs for our students. I've seen them train them. I've seen them come up here on their time off and work with them, you know, to help them compete well at skills. And you know, they have their heart and soul in it.
One thing that just stands out about Miss Clowdus is not just her passion for what she does as a bookkeeper, but her passion for career tech.
Tyler has worked with us as a 12-month custodian for some time, and this year he really pulled double duty because we had our maintenance tech leave pretty early in the year. So Tyler has been doing custodial duties as well as pulling duties in relation to maintenance technician.
When we all have something to teach somebody, you know, whether it's something minor to something major. Special needs in the theaters are the ones I try to stay in contact with. You know, they're great kids, so. They make a mess, but hey, that's okay. Job security. When I used to actually just do mainly custodial stuff, I walked over 26,000 steps a day. And that's when I used to keep up with it. I don't keep up with it anymore. You know, this school here I like this school a lot. I like the people here. They're good people. As custodians, you know, we're pretty much everywhere at one time, you know.
He really was the key to us being successful this year in keeping our building going and in keeping our building clean. He really did a phenomenal job.
When I first got to Oak Mountain High School earlier this year, Missy was a paraprofessional. At that time, we had not been able to fill a full-time position yet for one of our self-contained classrooms. This is probably one of our more challenging classrooms. All of the students in this room are nonverbal. They require a lot of attention and have a lot of needs. Ms. Smith has worked with us for a number of years now, and she did not hesitate to step up and take on that role as the lead teacher in that classroom.
I just started subbing, and then I started working for one of the parents were sick. And I started subbing for her long periods of time, fell in love with special ed. And as soon as they had an opening, I applied for it and thankfully got it, and it changed my life. I can't imagine doing anything else now. My whole job is what I love, and I think that's why I like this job as much as I do, is because I support. I come in, I see where a need is, I help the teacher do that need, fill that need. I come in and look where what the student needs, and I help that student fill that need.
Now we've got her back in a more traditional setting of what she was used to, and she's thriving as always in that. We just love her to death. On top of all that, she works extended day program all afternoon as well when she leaves here, serving one of our elementary schools. So she's just the best.
Theabolt is incredibly kind. She is thoughtful. She is always looking for ways to kind of step outside of the box. She truly loves the kids. Her question is always, what can we do to help the kids, and what can we do to make lunch a more enjoyable experience for them?
I happen to really love teenagers, and I love getting to know them. They're quirky, they're funny, they just have little personalities. Cooking is also my passion, so I enjoy it. I think a lot of people have a misconception that the food is bland and boring and no salt. We hear that a lot. We take time to use fresh ingredients. We've learned how to use spices to kind of spice things up and make it more flavorful. I would tell your kids, give it a try. And I think sometimes people think, oh, it's a small school, not very much spirit, nothing goes on. Well, that is not the case at Vincent. I've been very blown away and impressed.
So she's always looking for things to help kids and just to make them feel like this is my home. And food is such an important part, and she truly feels like food is her connection and her way to serve others.
So Mr. Kyle Waters is a driver for us at Helena Intermediate, and he has been for some time. But in all actuality, I think that most of the schools in the Helena zone could claim Kyle. Over the last couple of years, Kyle is the person who has literally gone the extra mile for so many of us. I wonder how many routes he is now familiar with, how many days of his contract year were actually spent either driving a double route, someone else's route, or a split route, because I know that would be quite the number this year.
I've been driving for about 5 years now, and this is the best job I've ever had. This is kind of therapy for me, believe it or not. A lot of people can't believe that a bus driver would say this would be therapy, but it really is. Kids, on the most part, are good kids, and most of the time they're just happy people. I didn't expect the relationships that you develop with these kids. Even on my route was about 15, 20 minutes. To me, I think I would do this job even if I didn't get paid for it, because it's just a rewarding job, being the first person to see these kids step on the bus in the morning, saying hello to them in the morning, and being the last one they see in the afternoon. I mean, I love that.
He is dependable, he is consistent, he is always there for us, but he is a servant. And I know he has a job outside of his bus driving duties where he also serves his community. But I see that translate on to how he serves his kids. He knows his kids, he knows what to expect. And that's because he makes an effort to be there, to be present, and to be a part of their lives.